slender bomb. And the pictures of the bombs in the Harz, taken from the Harz Mountains looked just like the other pictures I had seen. The pictures I had seen before were mock-ups. These were pictures from the German facility, along with pictures of the developers, the two engineers that were guiding the development using Jewish slave labor. And they succeeded in getting these bombs assembled. They did their testing in German East Africa, their atomic testing.
Oil wildcatting has been many an entrepreneur's lottery of choice for amassing a quick fortune, and Silas Newton was an oil wildcatter. Born in Kentucky in 1887 into the lower class, Newton found his direction early and graduated with a degree in geology from Baylor University in Waco, Texas. His passion was golf, and he won the Virginia Amateur Championship 2 different years. Newton searched to find a design for the world's most successful oil detection system. Newton was worth millions, which at that time meant something, but his life changed forever when he saw a crashed UFO shown to him by a geology professor with a security clearance. The UFO was from a crash near Aztec, New Mexico. Silas Newton was a man of sophistication and lived in high-end hotels and rented business space in very identifiable buildings. But someone wanted to discredit Newton and filed false charges of espionage during World War II, of which the FBI found absolutely no evidence. This young charging oil tycoon had touched a nerve somewhere high up.
Newton was no small potatoes. He was a co-founder of the biggest golf course in the Washington area. His name is on a brass plaque as one of the founding members of the golf course. There was presidents' names on other plaques along with his. So he was well known in influential circles. He was also a multimillionaire. He was an oil wildcatter. He was successful in a number of wells. He had a pretty good reputation. He's a little bit flamboyant. He was outspoken. He wasn't given to lying, though. The stories he told usually had substance in fact.
The 1930s creation of the klystron tube at Stanford University by the Varian brothers was a catalyst for the British development of radar. Among the renowned experts in ultra-high frequency was the man who wrote the book on the subject, Dr. Robert Sarbacher. Sarbacher's thorough understanding of this cutting-edge science, which was lorded over by the military, made Sarbacher an in-demand government scientific advisor. Sarbacher and Leo Gebauer both may have had involvement with the British military in the development and refinement of radar, and both were indeed electronics geniuses, later experts on sophisticated use of ultra-high frequency engineering and magnetism.
It came out of radar. The British invented radar beams, radar frequencies, and then shortly after that they modified the radar to a magnetic aerial detection. And Gebauer was somehow involved with British scientists that were doing the adaptation from radar to magnetic aerial detection. And because of this, he was interested in figures working in magnetics, and he knew that Carl Hyland headed a magnetics department in the physics laboratories in the University of Colorado. So he cultivated a relationship with Dr. Hyland.
Dr. Carl A. Hyland worked out of the Colorado. His area of expertise was in magnetics, and Hyland was no doubt familiar with magnetometers for measuring relative values of magnetic intensity. Hyland is cited as an expert on measuring underground oil accumulation using magnetism.
A liaison developed between Gebauer and Dr. Hyland, and they checked with other researchers in the magnetics field, a number of other ones, as a matter of fact. And Gebauer somehow had met Silas Newton. He was an oil wildcatter, and he was successful. He was a multimillionaire, successful in the oil business. Newton was palling around with Gebauer because Gebauer was working on a oil deposit detector. And Gebauer got into that.